Hello everyone and welcome to the Crucial Environmental Stadium for highlights of today's Vanarama National League South clash between Worthing and Bath City. It's City's first visit here for a league game at the home of the reigning Isthmian League champions. The Rebels were denied promotion before the pandemic, before finally reaching this level for the first time. They proved to be an entertaining addition with a joint high 126 goals witnessed in their matches. Whilst Adam Hinshelwood says he's happy to see them continue to play in a similar vein, despite Tuesday's 7-2 loss at Ebbsfleet, which leaves them 3 without a win. 3 of the bottom 4 have conceded fewer than Worthing's 58. Defensive solidity has aided City's progression recently. 3 successive clean sheets and 1 defeat in 6 means City have reignited a playoff push. A win today will move the Romans within 5 points of 6th place Worthing with a game in hand. A goal will be their 50th in the league this season. Jerry Gill has picked the same starting 11 to Tuesday night's win over Hemel Town. Scott Wilson is fit enough to be among the substitutes, with Ben Ford missing out. Worthing's only change to their midweek mauling at Ebbsfleet is in defence. Ruben Livesey-Austin comes in for the injured James Beresford at left back. Former City loanee Dan Bowery is on the bench. Chris Lines over the top of the ball. Referee Harry Wager checks that all is in order. Counts up the players. Bath City in their change strip. Navy blue and light blue stripes, navy blue shorts and light blue socks. Worthing in all red. Max Harris has had to wear navy blue shorts as well, unusually, rather than the yellow. He's wearing a top and socks. Harrison Mell in all green. The game gets underway. Chris Lines doing a little stutter, goes back to Jordan Dyer. He clears it down the right-hand side, looking for the head of Smith, who loses out in the air. Now picked up on halfway from Chambers. White on the left-hand side, couldn't quite keep the ball in play. And on the right-hand side, and Miles Meekums. Now back to Colbrand again. Got a little bit of time to shape up a cross. Instead he's put it further wide. Now into the penalty box of Wills. Worthing making a bright start here, still near the edge of the penalty area. Wills gets a ball in. It's an acrobatic effort from Chambers, comes to nothing. White is trying to get a shot away. Still in the penalty area. Worthing with a good early press. Livesey-Austin, now to Chambers. He's been forced back well from the Bath City defence, all the way back to Rye on Tuesday, as the ball is up now to White near the edge of the penalty area, brings it under control well, looking for support behind him. He's gone square now to Pearce, edge of the box. Pearce, really good footwork. Pearce gets a shot well blocked from Parcell, only as far as Barker. Now with Colbrand on the right hand side. Miles Meekums near the byline on the Worthing right, tries to get a cross in, it clips last off Parcell and it goes behind for a first corner. Very good start from Worthing. Players sort of lining up on the edge of the penalty box. Wills gets it towards the near post, floats over everyone, nearly collected by Wright. It's sort of spooned in the air from Dyer, and Wright, and it's collected from Harris. Wright, I went back a few months then. Long gone, former Bath City loanee is. Worthing again in possession with Wills on the right hand side. Nearly 3 minutes gone, but it's been almost all Worthing. Wills gets across near the penalty spot. It just flicks off the afro of White. Back now to Livesey-Austin on the left-hand side. Goes back to Rye. Back to Racine. City trying to press them well, higher up the field on halfway. Now Pearce. Miles Meekums made a run in behind. He's got there. The flag stays down. Freer's going across to try and close him down. Still Miles Meekums. Dances his way toward the byline. Freer gets a turn. Oh, the referee says penalty. I thought Freer won the ball, was my initial instinct. But the referee thinks differently. The winger goes down under the flailing leg of the Bath City wing-back. And Harry Wager, who was awarded the most penalties in the league this season, that's now the 15th time he has pointed to the spot, and Worthing have a golden opportunity to take the lead. So it's going to be right-footed, a slightly angled run-up. This is in the 4th minute. Pearce steps up, shoots, scores, plants it well into the bottom right corner. Harris went the right way, he couldn't keep it out, and in the 4th minute, it's Worthing 1, Bath City 0. Ollie Pearce's 23rd goal of the season in all competitions, 16th in the league, and it's a cracking start for Worthing. I said they often do fly at the blocks. I mean, they've had almost all the possession so far. So Bath City are not going to keep a 4th shutout in a row. Morton again, now to Cook near the edge of the box. Cook surrounded by red shirts, shows good strength though. Bustling away, and he's fouled needlessly from Chambers. So Lines whips it into a good area. It's just too high for Smith. Flag didn't go up. Worthing tried to hold a line, and Smith's header though goes well wide of the target. Will's now in his own penalty area, taking a few chances here. Back to Mail. Oh, his clearance is very fortunate to reach 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏. He's dispossessed now from Cox inside the penalty area. Good footwork. Smith called for it, but now he squared it to Morton instead. Threaded in behind now to Freer on the left. Slightly loose touch. Dinks towards the centre. Cook can't get onto it. Hayfield is just about robs. He went to shoot. It's a really important interception from 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏. And kept in play on the left-hand side. City thought it had gone out. White takes the ball with him. Chambers runs central, who kept it in. Still White towards the byline. Flings it to the far post. Wills brings it under control. It's a slightly heavy touch, means he's forced further wide. Now back to Colbrand. Oh, in ball behind, but flag goes up. Thrown behind the right winger. Wills tries to head it forward. Batten chests it down and helps it up to Cox. Now Cook, excellent ball in behind. Smith is now darting clear. He's got Cox squaring. Cook, Smith rather shoots too early. Maybe he thought that Cox had been offside and he tried to square it to him, but again that shows that City are quite easy in getting in behind. And Freer helps it up to Cook on halfway. Again, Cox is trying to make room on the right. Cook swings it out to Hayfield, who knocks it in front of him. Smith is trying to get there before 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏. He's offside. As Austin dived in, needlessly in the end. Well, it's a good game if you're a neutral. 18 minutes gone. There's plenty for Jerry Gilwell to think that his team can get back into this. Hayfield, you have Morton in room on halfway. I think the referee almost blocked off his path. Now he is back to Morton in the centre circle. Again, threaded in behind. Cox tries to get there, but well anticipated from Mail, who darts off his line and clears first time. So 1-0 Worthing. Ollie Pearce's 4th-minute penalty. First goal City conceded for 4 games since the end of that Tonbridge game. White. There's Batten hauls down Chambers, just in the Worthing half. Yeah, talking to, I'd have thought, from referee Wager. He was calling him over. Might be a strong strong wording at Worthing rather than a yellow. Indeed, he sort of points his finger as if to say no more. Well, no, he's not. He's pointing his finger as if to say yellow card. So Jack Batten is the first player into the book. Looking for options in front of him. Throws it short to Cox. Freer skips away from a challenge, manages to get a ball in it, nearly finds Smith, but well clutched out the air from Mail on the City right, around 18 yards on the byline. Throws it to Smith, knocks it back to Hayfield, and Smith again, very good interplay between the two. Hayfield gets it towards the 6-yard box, and bypasses a couple of bodies. Now to Freer's shot is deflected from Colbrand and goes behind for a corner. Into that crowded 6-yard box. Batten gets a header on, but it's away from goal. Hayfield's shot is blocked from White, and he can lead the Worthing charge forward. At the moment, it's 4-on-2 effectively. Chambers is up there too. White might want to go alone. White is still going. Brilliant challenge over from James Morton. He had to time that right. And then City could have conceded a second penalty in the afternoon. Square back now to Pearce, 20 yards out, edge of the box, slipped it in behind, and it comes last off 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏, who couldn't bring it under control. And it goes through to Max Harris in the City goal. Now Batten, midway inside his own half, chips one over the top, looking for Freer. He might be offside. No, the flag stays down. Freer gets it towards the byline, sends it back, too high for Cox, and Cook can't readjust his body to connect. They all stopped again, the Worthing defence, pleading for offside, which wasn't coming. Now Parcell, Freer again in room on the left. City trying to utilise their wing-backs. Morton's got it. Central, dinks one over the top. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏 is very assured and just nods it straight back into the hands of his goalkeeper. They're still maintaining possession well with the host. Now White holds up on the edge of the box, dispossessed momentarily, but only back to Chambers. Stroking the ball around well, Worthing flicked in behind. Now they up the pace with Colbrand near the byline. Flicks it back to White. White turns, shoots, too close though to Harris, who saves. It's a dummy, I think, for Cook on the left. He loses out, picked up from Barker. Prods it forward. Miles Meekums, who's moved central now, completely off the shape. There's White on the left-hand side, wide of the penalty area. Cross to the far post. Wills brings it under control. Wills sort of tried to volley it then back into the danger zone, but in the end he sort of miscued it behind. High Button on halfway. Eyes up what's in front of him, and crossfield ball is not a bad one there. Avon, I like handball from Livesey Austin, who jumped in the air. He took a chance. I thought he controlled it with his arm, potentially just inside the penalty area, but referee doesn't think so, and Worthing now try and counter. It's over to the right-hand side with Miles Meekums, who won the early penalty for Worthing. Squares it back to Chambers, who was too intelligent, really. He tried to flick it into the path, I think, of Livesey Austin. I thought that was a legitimate appeal, really. But it wasn't given from Harry Wager. Said likes pointing to the spot this season. Freer now with the seconds running low in the first half, so he whips the ball in. It's half cleared from Racine. Wills helps it slightly further forward. Morton wins it back. He's going to have to get a wriggle on. We've just passed the 2 minutes of stoppage time. The judge, Cook, is fouled. The referee says there is enough time for this free kick. Brought down from Pearce, who also receives a yellow card. He and Lines are over the top. Hayfield does shoot. There's a comfortable gather from Mel. Diving to his right-hand side. Indeed, that is the final action of the first half. Colbrand is forced wide. Does somehow keep the ball in. Miles Meekums plays it out to Wills. His ball in is loose, so Lines picks it out. Now Morton, edge of the box. Morton prods it towards goal, but it's a comfortable save. It all opened up really from Wills giving the ball away, which is a rarity. Gets towards the 6-yard box, and well taken from Max Harris. I haven't had a chance really to ask you too much about Max Harris, but he's been splendid, hasn't he, between the sticks?
Oh, he's been excellent, yeah. Even with his kicking as well as his handling, he's been excellent.
He started this counter as well with Hayfield down the right. He's got the other side of White. Hayfield chips it towards centre. Lines leaves it. Oh, he tried to find Freer. It's not fully cleared. Freer's got it now in the penalty area, trying to worm his way into the room. Cook on the edge of the box, charged down. Lines must have heard a shout behind him to elect to leave the ball, or perhaps he thought there was no way he could direct it goalwards. A good chance for City. We're still in possession. Batten on the right is overhit and it's out for a throw, but again they've shown on the counter that they can create things, especially out wide. Joe Manning's goal separates the teams, plays it against Freer. Manning's penalty conceded helps separate the teams as Cook turns away from Racine. A little burst of pace, squares it to Cox. He's got there first. Rye was slacking. Cox shoots! Oh, he nearly span away in the end from Mel, who was sort of diving one side and had to quickly turn back the other. He got it away though. Hayfield near the edge of the box. Hayfield, Cook's in room, left hand side of the penalty area. A slight loose touch, and Colbrand is there. Again, Worthing can't clear their lines. Freer left, attacking third. Chips the ball in, it takes a hefty deflection. Racine is there to clear. Again, Worthing aren't getting it more than, say, 20 yards in their own goal. They should do now as Racine is over the top of the ball, tries to dribble his way out of trouble. I know they've gone for the playing their way out as White. I'll get Joe's thoughts in a minute of Cox's chance. Now, White sends it to the right-hand side, but company headed away from Parcell, and Freer can head it back now, back to Morton. Freer again, midway inside his own half, left-hand side. Oh, brilliant in-play from City. Now Smith. Cox is trying to hold his run. Cox does hold his run. Down the right, he's got Cook in the middle. He's got to beat Rye first. Oh. To a back post. Great ball. Cook! Yes, it's a delightful header into the back of the net. Back across goal. Cody Cook had to generate the power himself. Bath City have been pressing in these early stages since the break, and they have been rewarded. Cody Cook's second goal in 2 games, 51 minutes. Worthing 1, Bath City 1. My co-commentator enjoyed that.
Sorry, I just screamed in anyone's ear at the end of this. That was a great goal. Sonny done so well there too. Well, the play before it, James and Tom Smith there linking up to play him through. He's held his run really well, Sonny, there, and just, like I say, when you're near that byline, you can't really whip it. It's got to be fed right in the air for Cody to nod down. He's done that well. It's a great header as well. Back in amongst the goals. Yeah, 14th of the season with Cody Cook, now level with Scott Wilson. He's our top scorer in the league, Cody Cook.
Colbrand has won it back to Pearce. It nearly ricocheted nicely for Colbrand, but instead now Morton can lead a charge. Cook's waiting in the middle. Again, he's found Cox, who's held his line well. Oh, he couldn't quite bring it under control. He's still got the ball just inside the penalty area. Smith's waiting there too. Cox lands back to him. Cox shoots. It's deflected off Rye, and Miles Meekham's going to get there. They really haven't got the grips with Sonny Cox's second half. He's held his run well, and as is Pearce here, he's got behind Parcell now, wide of the penalty on the right-hand side. He's very open this second half. It's like the opening half an hour, really. The last 15 sort of died to death. There's Miles Meekham's brilliantly dispossessed, though, from Lines, who now need to charge forward. This is a great game for a neutral. Two teams just willing to play football. Is now Lines has found Freer in room on the left-hand side. Plenty of room as well. Colbrand's just come across. Freer plays it back, brought under control from Cox in the penalty area, but he couldn't get a shot away. Now back to Lines. Chips it towards the back post, looking for Cook. And he and Rye were holding each other, really, and they've both gone to grime, and no appeals from either. Lines wins the ball back now. Smith near the corner of the penalty area. Plays it back to Morton. Morton with a left footer. Just over the bar. I think Mel had it covered. James Morton, who of course scored from distance at Slough, couldn't quite keep that one down. Squares it to Chambers. Lives the Austin, a lot of room on the left-hand side, and 30 yards out. Over to White in the orange boots. Near the corner of the penalty area, trying to make room for a shot. He dinks it, it's wasteful actually, it's gone behind for a goal kick. We've just been singing his praises, but sadly that's the last we're going to see of him this afternoon. He's hobbling off. And Luke Spokes is coming on, who's sort of getting gradually more minutes by the game. He's just recovering from illness, Luke Spokes. He's knocked back to Mel. He looked like Spokes had been fouled off the ball from Racine. Mel passes it out to Chambers, drops deep to get the possession. That's to drill it almost all the way back to Mel, who shows good control. Perhaps that's one of the reasons why Paul Fairclough has decided to call him up. It's a terrible ball out of defence from Racine. Now Cox with a left foot. Blocked from Racine, he makes up for his error. What on earth was he doing? More or less playing it across his own goal. He's lucky to get away with it, and he was then well placed to make up for it. It's now Spokes on the left-hand side. Covered by two whirling players, and the ball's gone out. But as a defender, goodness me, he took a massive chance. Like the most attacking fullback you'll ever see. Finally comes to fruition. It's headed inside to Smith near the edge of the box. Smith now finds Hayfield right inside. Oh, he's completely miskicked it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Well taken into his stride from Barker. Appeals that ball had gone out. There's been a few of those, but we can't really tell them. We haven't got a view of it. Cook picks it up on halfway. Smith is onside. He's got him behind Rice. Smith now. Defenders going right. Oh, Rice pushed him over. I think he could be in trouble. I think this is going to be a red card. It is. Joe Wright is sent off for a professional foul, 20 yards out. Smith snuck in on the blind side. Wright, in his way in intercepting, got it all wrong. He pushed him in the back, and Worthing will have to play the rest of this game with 10 men. And Joe, I think the referee, who I said has given the most penalties in the league this season, he's also given the most red cards, and in that one, I think he had no option whatsoever.
They say he's just give him no option. It's such a strange decision. Why would you... Like Tom's still got to beat the keeper from there, and he's let his team down really.
They've got the draft excluder underneath the wall, they call it, which is a 5-man wall plus one lying on the ground. Smith over the top. Smith takes it. Brilliant goal! Brilliant goal from Tom Smith. Drills it through the wall, rips his shirt off. He's going to take a yellow card. He will not mind about that. It was low. It was to the keeper's left. He couldn't keep it out. Tom Smith. Worthing 1, Bath City 2. What a strike.
What a strike. Get in, Smudge. What a strike that is.
You brought me... Oh, of course he's picked up the yellow card.
Deserves that. He's worked really hard to get back into the team, Mark, and he deserves his goal. It's a great run to start that move, and he's been taken down. I'm glad he smashed that out.
Well, it's all unfolded in the space of a minute or so for Worthing. Goes central, more direct this time, doesn't come off. Button heads it away. Wills needlessly pushes Spokes in the back. You can appeal all you want. That's such a clear and obvious foul. 1169 is today's attendance. So I think it was Smith to the free kick. He had to go from like the halfway line, but it went over. Joe's checking at the table what this result could do for Bath City, because a few teams in front of them. Is Freer is floored, and it's going to be a yellow card for Joel Colbrand. It feels like it could be quite low because Ebbsfleet have gobbled up so many points this season. Those challenging haven't really run them close. As Cook gets a flick on, Hayfield near the byline, he's kept it in play. Ball's about towards Cox, but it's cleared from Livesey Austin, only to Smith on the right. Wide of the penalty area, Cook with the first time ball helped into the air. Racine heads it away, only giving possession back to Bar City. This is their first ever visit to the crucial environmental stadium. At the moment it's in their favour. It's now Hayfield. Depends on how ball is Livesey Austin. Not sure he can move his arm out the way. I mean, it wasn't as clear as his one in the first half, or I thought he was extremely fortunate. He sort of cushioned down across. It's now Spokes with Morton. Oh, Cox is onside, clearly onside. The defence is too deep. Cox, he's hit the post with his left foot, sort of slightly tight angle. Freer dinks it towards the back. It's onto the roof of the net. Brilliant chance, Sonny Cox. I could tell he was onside because the Worthing defence, so two of their defenders have pushed out. The other two stayed back, and no wonder Cox exploited it. He's mightily close to making it 3-1. As in fact, that's going to be Sonny Cox's last action. He is making way. I think he'll cross over into the 74th minute by the time Wilson comes on, who missed the defeat in the week. He was suspended. There's been a lot of red cards in Worthing games recently. Now Wilson's in behind. Again, he's onside. Wilson, a heavy touch, and the goalkeeper is out bravely to deny him. He's trying to get back to his feet. Freer plays it out. Wilson heads it. That looks in. It's in. He's in. Scott Wilson has made an instant impact. They tried to clear it off the line, and it was definitely just about crept over. Scott Wilson has been on the field for about 2 minutes. A looping header. Again, the Worthing defence were completely caught out. Scott Wilson has his 15th goal of the season. 75 minutes. Worthing 1, Bath City 3. This is a tremendous second half, Joe.
Oh, the boy's on fire, isn't he? The boy is on fire, straight off his bonds. It's a great goal from Scotty. I'm so glad he's back in the goal.
Sukjae Lee running forward down the left-hand side. Now on his home debut. He's got 3 City shirts around him. Footwork. Gets in a teasing ball. It's well headed away from Parcell. Worthing didn't really flood the box there. So now with Livesey Austin, they're going to have to take chances, which means they're going to leave themselves even more vulnerable at the back. Colbrand with the ball is just too high for Adari, who snuck in between Batten and Dyer. So Tom Smith scoring the resulting free kick. He was brought down for it as well. Now Colbrand, Darbre tries to bring the ball into control. He's brought down, I thought, on the edge of the box. The referee agrees. And their free kick, central for Worthing. It's only about 19 yards out. 5-man wall for City. 6 Morton just alongside it. Colbrand to take, right-footed. Brilliant, he's put it into the bottom corner. Brilliant for Worthing, that is. Max Harris was completely standstill, so maybe you have to question the position of the wall, but Joel Colbrand now means that these closing stages are going to be a little bit tetchy. Worthing 2, Bar City 3, another high-scoring game involving the Rebels. Playing the wall maybe there, Joe?
Difficult when I can't really see from this angle that we're at. I can't really see how that managed to go in. I really don't know.
Smith going forward for City near the edge of the box, dispossessed. Worthing got an extra spring in their step. The 10 men, Barker moving forward into midway inside the Bar City half to Sukjae Lee, faced up from Hayfield. Gets a cross in, it's a decent one. Dari can't keep his header down, and it goes over the angle of post and crossbar and out for a goal kick. So a free kick, which Wills is over the top of. Perhaps Worthing's last chance. We played nearly 5 minutes of time added on. Worthing 2, Bar City 3. Wills floats it near the corner of the penalty area. Headed away well from Dyer. That's it, Bar City have won. They had to come from behind. Worthing opened the scoring early, but Bar City really turned on the style after the break.
Oh, what a win. It feels so much nicer that I'm on commentary and we win, Mark, I must admit. And if we're ever losing in the first half, you know what to do. Just give me a call and I'll come on the mic and we'll put a few goals in.
Yeah, apart from that little glimmer for Worthing at the end, Bar City 3-1 up, were playing some sublime football, and they really deserved it, didn't they, in the end?
Yeah, definitely. We'd done so well. The second half, it was like a different, completely different game. I thought the first half was actually quite unturned, a bit like a basketball match. But no, once we managed to convert the goals, we were very, very steady on the ball, done really well. And like I say, it's nice to see, really. Very nice to see. I'm not even sure I'll play when I get back. I think Dan Hayfield's done a tremendous job out there on the right. So I'm glad he's doing that for the team, and hopefully the boys can keep marching on into those playoffs, hopefully.
We still want you back around, Joe. As much as I enjoy your company on commentary, I always want you back there, out there on the pitch. We'll go through the full times in a moment's time. You're right about how it was open. Did you feel that this is the way Worthing played, where they try and play out from the back, played in the City's hands at times because they were quick on the press, like to Cook, and then you can bring on you bring off Sonny Cox, I thought had a fine game as well, and then Scott Wilson, fresh legs, and it proves it was an inspired substitution because he did so well in scoring within a minute of it, and just that press from Varsity going forward really helped them against teams like Worthing.
Yeah, definitely. Even, like say, Linesy going off and Spokesy coming on as well. I thought Spokesy and Scott really did do well. Obviously, fresh legs always helps, but when you're bringing players on like Luke and Scott that are very, very good players technically, and obviously Scott's been around a long time, and yeah, no, nice to see him score, and they've done really well when they come on, so it was good.
Thank you all very much for joining us this afternoon. Myself, Mark Stillman, and Joe Raynes for his second half co-commentary, where from here in West Sussex it's finished. Worthing 2, Bar City 3. I'm sure you're going to enjoy what's left of your weekend.